Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Nike LeBron Witness 3. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker videos and other sneaker related content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the LeBron Witness 3 features a pretty standard traditional herringbone traction pattern, and herringbone usually works really well, and it's no different on here. The traction doesn't provide like that super hard bite. You kind of slide just a little bit, but you still have good traction. I can tell you guys at first that, at least for me, the traction out of the box wasn't the best, but after a little bit of break-in time, it did start to perform better. Another thing to note about the traction on the shoe is that the rubber that they used is extremely hard, so I feel like outside use should be perfectly fine for this shoe. Also, another problem with the traction is it does pick up dust, so you will have to consistently wipe. When this traction pattern does pick up dust, you will notice a significant decrease in the bite. Overall traction, it wasn't bad. Like, it definitely gets a lot better after you break them in. So for traction on the shoe, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. So moving on to the cushion, I believe this is a full-length five-line midsole with a full-length airsole unit that runs from heel to toe. And honestly, I can't really feel the airsole unit, but I can tell on like really hard landings that it does provide a little bit of impact protection, which is nice. Because of how thin this midsole is, and I'm assuming the airsole unit is pretty thin as well, you get a lot of court feel and responsiveness, which is great, but you don't really have that springy, like slightly bouncy ride that at least I prefer. And although it feels like you do get some impact protection, it's definitely not enough for me. I wish it had more, but you do get that responsive and you low to the ground feeling, which is really nice. Overall cushion setup isn't the best and it's not amazing, but it does get the job done. So for cushion in the shoe, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So moving on to the materials on the shoe are actually really nice, especially for the price point. It is a full knit upper, and the knit pattern kind of reminds me of the Soldier 12s. And even if this wasn't a budget model shoe or like a takedown model shoe, I would still think that the material usage is really nice. The materials feel great on feet. It is like this full knit upper, except on the tongue where it's made out of mesh. And on the tongue, the mesh is actually really thin, but it doesn't give you that irritation from the laces when you crank them down. On the back, this pull tab is made out of leather, or like a synthetic leather, which is just, a nice little touch. And around the eyelets, you do have these TPU enforced areas, so that part doesn't rip. Overall, I feel like material usage was great on the shoe. Even if this wasn't a budget model, I would still think that the materials are really nice. So for materials, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Moving on to the fit, I can tell you all straight up that these are really narrow. So if you have wide feet, I would probably just stay away from these shoes altogether. Like, it's just that narrow, especially in the forefoot. I have slightly wide feet, and in the midfoot and kind of in the forefoot, you can definitely feel it just like constricting your foot, and it got a little bit uncomfortable at times, but I did get used to it just a little bit. I mean, I still had pain after I played in them, but it is what it is. Another thing about the fit in the shoe is I think it's just a tad bit long. I'm not sure if it's enough for me to go down half a size, but just keep that in mind. It is a little bit long, just a tad bit long, and extremely narrow. Outside of that, it does fit pretty nice over the toes and just like over your foot in general. Overall fit for me obviously wasn't too great because it is extremely narrow, but if you guys have like standard feet or narrow feet, these should be perfectly fine for you. Apart from being extremely narrow, I do think that this fits your foot really nicely. So for fit, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. So moving on to the support, I thought the support in the LeBron Witness 3 was actually pretty nice. The Witness 3 does look like a very narrow shoe, but honestly the support features in it felt perfectly fine for me. In the heel, your heel is locked down, and in the back you do have like these kind of sculpted pillows, which kind of just helps lock down your heel area. And in the forefoot, I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed or anything like that. Even on like hard cuts, I didn't really feel my foot rolling over, and I feel like that's mainly due to the material usage, because the materials are really nice and they don't stretch that much, so you get a lot of containment out of it. For a $90 shoe, I'd say the support in this shoe is fantastic. So for support, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The LeBron Witness 3 retails for $90, and for $90, I think that's a freaking steal. These shoes are a great performer once you get past a slight break-in period on the traction, but you know, like I said, if you guys are wide footers, I would definitely stay away from the shoe because it's going to be extremely painful in the midfoot area. But if you guys have narrow feet or like standard width feet, I feel like these should be fine for you, and you know, definitely pick up a pair if you guys are interested. It's only $90. I will leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to pick up a pair of these. With a retail price that is less than $100, these are definitely a great shoe to pick up. And you know, if you guys want to play outdoors, you can definitely do that in these shoes. Material wise, I'm not sure if it'll hold up too well outdoors, just because it is a knit, but the outsole should hold up because it is a pretty hard rubber. So yeah, if you have normal feet or narrow feet and you guys want to pick them up, go ahead, you guys won't be disappointed. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. And also hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I do upload new videos. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.